It is Free Speech Fridays on the platform. And actually a bit of a red letter Free Speech Friday, because joining us for the first time from her studio in Auckland, her new studio in Auckland at home, by the wonders of internet technology, is Leah Panapa. Leah, say something.
Hello.
It works.
Come in.
It works.
Testing. 1 2 1 2 1 2.
You sound brilliant, beautiful and clear, and you've got the computer screen up, so we're looking good for next Monday, 4 o'clock.
We're looking good. I'm loving it.
It's fantastic. All right, and we've got other things to meet about, but there's another free speech person, and my mate Mark Champion, lobbyist and also television production veteran from the days of the Home Show. Mark goes back a long way. He joins us too from Dunedin. How are you, Mark?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, Sean, and welcome, Leah, and congratulations.
Oh, thanks, Mark. Yeah, it's exciting.
All right.
Looking forward to it.
Guys, I want to kick off first with a story that broke this morning, so we didn't have it in the brief from yesterday. But boy, it took me back and my mind's been racing. OJ Simpson is dead, and gosh, in 1990, was it 94, was that the biggest televised trial of the modern era to date, Mark?
Well, it wasn't just the trial, Sean, it was the chase.
Okay.
We got that live, remember?
The white Bronco.
The white Bronco. And then all insanity erupted. Yes, we remember it well.
But it was massive. Look, let's cut to the chase too, Leah. He bloody killed her, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah.
I just think he did. And he got acquitted, didn't he? But then he went to jail for something else.
Then the family took a private prosecution for damages for unlawful death, where the burden of proof is not beyond reasonable doubt. And he went screaming down. I mean, I can still remember Mark with the glove, making his hand as big as possible and pretending the glove was tiny.
I mean, I think it must have been all about the authorities' reluctance to have Watts go up in flames again. I mean, there was a really strong element of race involved in the whole trial, which kind of exposed a lot of the tensions in the US at the time, and I'm sure they haven't gone away.
Yeah. The other sad thing I thought, and I can remember even at the time, 30 years ago, so I think, in my
40s.
Piss off, in my late 20s. I was in my late 20s. But I can always remember looking at all the stories, and there was tons of coverage of it. What a sad and pathetic life that someone who had been that successful and was that wealthy in America, that he lived a life hanging out with that guy, his mate, who was the drug addict, and going to McDonald's on a Friday. And I thought, God, that is not success. What a sorry, sad life it is, with no depth or culture to it.
Do you know, though, chaps, I mean, he wasn't alone in that. There's so many stories out of America of they were once the biggest stars on the planet and then they've just fallen from grace. He was really no different.
Yeah. But
Sadly.
It just sounded a pretty boring, mundane existence, and now, of course, it's over.
And very quickly, you remember that in his murder trial, he was his defence attorney was Robert Kardashian Sr.
That's right.
Correct.
So
which
that
of course
started.
spurned all this Kardashian crap across the planet.
Actually, that's a really good point, Leah, because
they
whole
there.
Kardashian phenomenon, its genesis was the OJ trial, was OJ Simpson.
Absolutely. So, there was another affront to society, to the world.
Oh, that's right. There's a whole lot wrong with that story.
There's a whole lot wrong.
Yeah. Mark, the other thing too, it was in a day when CNN and cable news and everything was taking off, and one story could be the dominant story, couldn't it?
Yeah, it certainly was dominant, and there were just enough media outlets to keep the thing rolling.
Yeah.
It was a phenomenon.
Yeah.
It was.
One less media outlet, confirmed, and I don't know, I feel like they just got a second bite at the woe is us cherry at Newshub, because they were clearly never going to get a rescue package. But confirmation, did that surprise you, Mark?
No, they've been trying to go broke for a long time, haven't they?
And Paddy yesterday, who eventually comes on with me, and I think
good interview. Good interview.
And he kind of made some concessions, and he didn't just go get stuffed like he did with Hosking.
Well, he started at the beginning.
Oh, yeah, but, my innate skills of getting him on side.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a bad
right.
discussion in the end, was it, Mark?
No, it wasn't bad. I mean, I think there's a strong sort of veil of a lack of self-awareness because, I mean, the only concession really was in terms of the journalism fund that they got the branding wrong and it didn't explain it enough. I mean, I don't think that holds water, and they're still holding out against the tide of reality.
Yeah, it's not the end of democracy, is it?
No, I don't think so. And what I found interesting with your interview with Paddy yesterday, Sean, because, I mean, gosh, he did the rounds. Boy.
Yeah.
TV, and they all, it was, and each one was so different, the interview, I've got to say. But at the beginning, when, of course, he was very resistant to talk to you, and then in your way, you all started to talk. He even said when you broached the go woke, go broke, he just said, well, no, he what did he say that I thought was quite interesting? He goes, maybe we need to start listening more to the people. And he actually did say that on your show.
Yeah, he did say that. And that's where I thought, Mark, there was a concession. Because that is the problem. They have turned off, mainstream have turned off the comment section and they're not listening. The platform is all about listening. I've
been watching Newshub as opposed to the alternative.
Yeah.
And there's a pattern there, and the pattern is not accidental. If you just bear with me for a little bit here. We've got an anti-government gotcha story without the gotcha from some breathless hack in the gallery. We've got an ersatz cabinet leak from an activist public service that never went anywhere near cabinet.
Yep.
We've got a dying or disabled taxpayer who can't get help from the mean-spirited neo-fascist government, a doomsday climate story, another Israeli war crime, and a glowing valedictory speech by some lefty who's leaving the sinking ship. And that is the pattern of the weekly News Hub bulletins. And, if they've started listening, well, it's probably too late. And as of last night, I didn't see any change.
Actually, that's brilliant, Mark. That is pretty well. You have just described what the 5 story types that appear on Newshub. You've had it in one.
And look, brilliant. You can fill the first 15 minutes right through to the ad break with the pattern and go away tonight and have a look. And you'll find that it's absolutely spot on.
Can you write a column on that, Mark?
Sheet,
Mark, can you write a column on that? I think that's brilliant, actually. That's the best exposition.
Well,
that's perfect, Mark. You've got their run sheet. You must have been, you know exactly what their 6 o'clock is.
Well, this is the guy who used to work on the home show. He knew how to manipulate people's emotions with pictures.
Without naming names, I was speaking to a journalist last Friday, and it may or may not have been over a couple of vinos, but a friend of mine at the table, she launched into left-leaning media, and this particular journo, of course, said, no, you're wrong, it was stupid, don't say that. And I was trying to explain nicely that when you start your bulletin with the Coalition of Chaos, that is not their name. And he tried to defend it, saying, well, that's what everyone's calling them that. No, not everyone is calling them that.
Yeah.
Paul is standing there saying Coalition of Chaos, then
Can I ask you, amongst polite circles that you move in, Leah, and I presume you still do, what reaction to news that you're coming to the platform?
You like this, Mark? Generally, it's been good because, my friends in my circles love me and they're happy for me and I'm excited. And I had an incident a couple of weekends ago at a birthday party where I was talking to some people and I said, so what are you doing now, Leah? And I said, well, really exciting. Hasn't really formally been announced. I'm going onto the platform. It's 4 to 6, direct drive, blah, blah, blah. And this woman walked away. she walked.
What, just cut
away.
you and walked away?
She walked away, and her.
And someone you
hang
knew.
on, wait
this
for
one.
this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Her wife.
Yeah.
I'm just dropping some hints here. Why she probably doesn't think her
Yeah.
wife
Yeah.
was so embarrassed she tried to say, "Oh look, it's too noisy in here. She's gone outside to have a vape or something." I was like, "What has just happened here?"
Yeah.
So yeah, there's been that was probably quite. I mean, I'm everything that she would not like, I think.
All right.
I suppose.
Oh, I think that's hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. Guys, we're going to take a break and then we're going to come back to more hilarity and just plain craziness.